Alright guys, back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Last time, we finally started the exploration going around. An earthquake happened and then all of a sudden, 5 locks. And I believe Iris was definitely the cause of this. But let's see what she has to say. Right. Is this about what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris. Please remove these at once. Sir Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What do you mean it's not possible for you? Nani? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles, Edgeworth, go and get some fresh air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine. There's no telling what sort of mistakes you can make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle investigation in the garden. You can take care of things back here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems like this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now, Iris, do you mind if I ask you a few things? No, not at all. 5 locks. Store. I was here earlier, there was only 1 lock. But now there's 5 of them. Looks changed. It's almost like if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I never seen quite like these before. I have. Seen locks and chains like these before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psych lock. I hope these locks are guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm so sorry. I heard that the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried I had to come and see. That's not a good excuse, honestly. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how much relief when I saw the sacred cavern was alright, but what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door in. Are you Yeah, I'm wondering if she actually put them on. Instead of, like, lying about that. Who in the world would have do something like this? That's completely sus, Iris. You're the only one that would go here. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Crane tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Francisca von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only 1 lock. And now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. Iris, you are still looking sus. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably if they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. That means Iris can only open one of these locks, the first one. Yes, that's correct. Nani? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there aren't 100 different ways to set these locks. suppose we went through each and every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it would take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. Gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call your own inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I still don't quite get. And what that might be, Phoenix, right? I think it's pretty obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris. Don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the night of the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening in the inner temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the inner temple, it's as if you were. Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. No! 5 locks. No, 3. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. We need to get out of here then. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. Count on Iris to break these locks, so I should try to gather more clues. Mrs. Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Oh my god, this is already bad, isn't it? Let's just go to the bridge. It's weird that no one's around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Well, speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack down this path. I'll find Larry there soaking again. Yeah, before we do that, let's go to the Heavenly Hall right now. Oh, Mr. Nick. Pearls, what are you doing here? That's where you were. Nothing. What about Miss Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, this is where the losers shack. This is the loser shack where losers get together to lose themselves. No, this is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Larice did a picture of me. That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We're gonna be cooking some hot, rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? Or he'll only let you down. Miss Maya. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? Heh, I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl, the two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What the hell am I gonna do with him? Alright then, what do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so it's really amazing. See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy. No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night. But Mr. Larice... Not you too, please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg of you. We still don't know any truth to why she can fly. This picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, but I was half asleep. I was here that night. I was wide awake after that lightning struck. I saw what I saw, and exactly what I drew in that picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take the sketch at face value. Hey, what's with that doubtful look on your face? Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? I've been meaning to ask you this about the night of the murder. Where were you? What were you doing? And when it all happened? I'm just a kid. No, oh my, no, Pearl, we know you're lying. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Nick? Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Mr. Dukesim's room, reading a book together. But Mr. Dukesim was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Yeah. So what exactly happened that night, Pearls? I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Oh my god. 5 locks? I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished. Oh my god, Pearl. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power, it has disappeared. Nani? Powers have disappeared? Does it mean... What do you mean your powers has disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at the Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps. Way to go, Nick! You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Unfortunately, we can't do that just yet. So we're gonna go back into the main gate. Or Sister Bikini's back at the main hall. Yeah, I haven't seen Gumshoe for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea somewhere. But Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type after all. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. Whoa, what's with the damage? Wow, that was the sacred cavern. Looks like it survived, but we have an even bigger problem now. More locks. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. But who? Who could have done that? Maybe it's pretty obvious that it could have been her, because she was the one that went to the gate. I don't know. The only people who know who set those trick locks are those of the Korean tradition. Yep, Iris at the Sacred Cavern. She's trying her best right now to open them for us right now. And actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about, Sister Bikini. Oh yes, we were in the middle of the chat, weren't we? Yes, you were telling me how to master Korean spirit 17 years ago. And I want to know why Misty Fate suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago when the Mystic Elise, the Mystic Misty arrived. After showing me the talisman, she proved the master, she said. Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. I'm here to put a stop to them. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line? There's only one heir to the title of master at any time. It's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of Korean. Her main daughter is the main family. All our means become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. I can name someone who could probably come up with a plan, but it's gonna be a stretch. Is the power to master worth this much bloodshed? You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know the power, it's real. Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya, and that time I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the mask case, even during the Maggie Berard's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always been on hand to help me out when I needed her the most this game. The Korean technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead, that's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition has always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you to be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Ho ho ho! You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe it anymore, you see? All because of one little mistake.
A mistake? What mistake?
It was about 17 years ago that came everything crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about one I think she is?
I'm sure the records are still exist. If you're interested, lock up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file.
DL6 incident? I knew it. The DL6 incident. I know it very well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Oh, that's right. So it was you, the defense attorney in that case.
The murder that took place 17 years ago. Yeah, that specific case that's been teased since the first game.
It was the first time in the country's history that police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer.
And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
Through Mystic Misty is channeling, the name of a certain man's surface. Along with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action.
But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. Other words, we failed. It was the first case that the world has ever seen the Korean tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, and the people of Korean village. And one judge there, everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished while everyone still thought of her as a fraud.
But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all.
Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Korean tradition is starting to recover at last. The new master wielding the power of the clan.
Does she mean Maya?
The spiritual powers of the Korean channeling technique is in the blood.
Maya's told me the exact same thing before, but... We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because of the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit the power.
The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy, in which each new generation only one daughter becomes the new master.
And ones who don't become ranch families, right?
That's exactly right. It had always been the cause of tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her.
Nani? You know about Mia?
Of course, she became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
And lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she said what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. And guess Mystic Misty, Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her and her aunt.
Aunt, you say? That's right, Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty had a superior powers, managed to usurp the master's seat from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. You know, the one from the first case in the second game.
Morgan? That's a name I know very well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Korean village. What she did was terrible. It was all so she can make her own daughter the next master.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, you must have already realized that Iris...
Huh? Iris? What's Iris got any... Wait, is she part of the bloodline?
That Iris is... Mystic Morgan's daughter!
What? What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris Is Morgan Faye's daughter? This is a... So that's what she was teasing at the end of the second game. That she mentioned revenge would happen. And this is probably gonna be something... Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
I have. I know her very well.
Oh.
Yes, it's Pearl Faye. Wait, so Pearl and Iris are siblings? Oh no, they could be cahooting? Could they be cahooting? I always thought she was an only child.
You just! That child, she's Mystic Morgan's. I had no idea. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she?
Yes. Ever since she found out to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. Has all the sun done to set Pearls up as the next master?
I see, so I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2.
What? Huh? 3 daughters? Wait, what? 3?
Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic...
Twins? Wait. No. No way. Don't tell me her twin sister is actually... Dahlia, no? Nani? Twin sister?
Oh, didn't you know it all happened about 20 years ago? After the clan leadership was taken by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled.
Oh, God, that evil eyes.
It wasn't that many years later that Crane's reputation hit an all-time low. And Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master. He left her in the village, taking the twin daughters with him.
Dang. How awful.
He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of the girls up to be looked after here by us at the temple.
So the first one, so the one left by the temple is the innocent one, I think. And the second one is definitely the sus one. We all know who she is.
That was Iris, you see?
So... Dahlia Hawthorne was... That incident with the last case involving Mia. So Iris was just adopted into the family. But she was actually a sister-in-law, technically. Dahlia. So this makes much more sense now. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister... Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sis Bikini? What was the name of Iris' sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All he calls her father was a jeweler.
Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You helped clear up a lot of the details of this case. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken to her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream of that child of hers that would one day lead the clan.
That's why she had pearls?
It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. I was able to break free of the bars that confine her.
So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. But this information will be useless unless I could flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions, get some more info. Think we need to find some more people to talk to. If anything. Let's get the fuck out of here then. Let's go to the courtyard. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? Gumshoe?
No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Singing would be no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Crane. Whoop, I love my job. Who cares if the clues are fine or no good? This Gumshoe's a fucking idiot. That's what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way.
I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae.
Every case is going to be airtight. Every case is going to be airtight. Hey, pal.
Huh? Who? Me?
How long you been there?
I just got here.
Okay.
So what are you up to, detective?
I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Edgeworth. I promised I would find a real murder weapon.
A real murder weapon.
That Barb sort of turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't found up any clues. Check out these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case though, but...
A letter? So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing in the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ.
Nani, you mean the actual place of murder is there?
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down at that sacred cavern, we're going to be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me, I don't know. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Godot.
Godot? What did he mean by that? Not the letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find a murder weapon. All I found is some burnt-up old letter.
Burnt-up old letter?
Yeah, it was in an incinerator right next to the Inner Temple.
Oh. So it was in the incinerator. It was being used. Incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But now it was being used this whole time. The snow had melted away after the incident, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal, but you can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
I'm pretty sure if it was burnt in the incinerator, I'm pretty sure it's related to the case. Spirit mediums? It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. Better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to you. Her name is... Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is burned up, also make sure... Don't tell anyone about this letter. Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring out our vengeance to vengeance? These are commands. Letter commands. What the fuck? Who made this?
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shishusita that was impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edger proved that in court today.
Yes, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like Hess's chicken now, looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, this is very tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the Federal Forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon? What's a secret weapon of yours?
You want to know? You've got to think scientifically, okay?
Alright.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
No, I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look very smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector!
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away, because it obviously is a metal detector.
Well, you want to give it a scientific investigation a go, huh?
Me?
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while, but why don't you give it a try?
Don't know. But should I help Gumshoe out? Furry forensics expert.
Okay, come on now, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you.
Alright then. Guess I'll go give it a go.
Like I said, it's most of the department's and most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive you can make it cry. It's high-tech. You can skydive off of it.
Oh, bother.
So I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible that the real murder weapon's around here somewhere, right?
Sure, that's what we're trying to find out.
Right, so first let's turn the detector on. The sound of the metal signals bouncing up something metallic. Next, move the detector around. You know when you hit something when you hit something metallic. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight too. Take a good look at anything you see that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Oh, look, a ladder!
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference, but I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I met plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest details. Vegetable store guy near the place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says. But I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing.
No, they're not. Cabbages and lettuces are completely different.
You gotta plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you can miss an important clue. That's a real advice from a pro, pal.
That's the last person I need advice from this guy in front of me. It's odd. This sled's made of plastic.
It says bikini number 1 on the side.
Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge?
Oh, I've been hunting high and low for that.
It's yours, detective.
That gang's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that diamond in there now.
How did you manage to get your badge? Drop of all places.
Oh, I know. I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around the sled end.
Stop right there. I don't need to hear any more. There's a pair of skis. Nothing useful for in case here.
I'm actually pretty good at skis, you know, pal. I just love to fly down the slope with my coat fluttering in the wind.
Really, I had no idea. How good are you then?
Well, I'm better on the skis than I am on skates. But I'm not as good when I was on my snowboard, huh?
That's a pretty detailed answer.
Oh, but you know what I'm best at? Making mashed potatoes and gravy.
The guy is losing it. He must be the altitude. We better get back to the investigation.
That's just easy to see the next to the gold said it was a real murder weapon, pal.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it anyway.
Oh yeah, that reminds you. Did you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent multiple branches that life can take, all only as one.
Yes, I heard something about that.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be if I leading to join the homicide division?
You think that kind of stuff, detective?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. That's me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as a blue badger.
Blue badger? There's something said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the blue badger. Okay. We still need to find a murder weapon. This is them staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detective is reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, that thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the whole point of metal tech to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands up! Examining evidence is a job for the...
Ah! Top is coming off.
Look what you've done! Now you damaged a really important piece of evidence.
Ah! Whoa! The cane is a blade? Oh. I think that's the murder weapon.
That's a...
A sword?
inside the stuff.
Is this... could it be?
The murder weapon!
Oh, I've never guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
They call this thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really
Something else, but where's the blood?
Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword. The victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
Then I guess this isn't a murder weapon, huh?
No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course, this thing is definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
About the same length as the Shisasito, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if it is wiped off. See you later, pal.
Okay.
Every case is going to be airtight. Every case is going to be airtight.
Hold it. Wait up, detective!
Huh? What is it, pal? Pretty busy guy right now, you know? You're going to get that stuff analyzed, right? Would you mind
Holding it off just for a while?
Oh, what are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Boy, what does this got to do with it?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh, how so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside a sacred cavern right now, and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think... Ma's been...
Please, detective, let's just wait until we get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of viridian there. Okay, I'll just stop with that face, pal. One thing, though. This stab's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it, and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just a regular run-of-the-mill stuff, you got it? Okay, now do you take good care of it, pal?
Thank you, detective.
Don't you worry, she'll be fine.
Gumshoe.
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when I find Maya, huh, pal?
Sure, thanks. No one knows except for me and Gumshoe. Maybe that's gonna be important to the case. Can't help but wonder, though. What was the least Dukeson doing with a staff like this in the first place? Okay, I think there's a place that we have to go to. I think we're gonna go to the garden. Cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time.
How could I have done that?
Wow. I still can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Oh. Hey, don't you dare run away!
What do you want, Wright?
What do I want?
If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on. Laugh away.
I was ready to hug it out with him, but He's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back into the criminal affairs department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris.
Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded what's something terrible.
You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation regarding here, huh?
There's a high chance that they actually see him the crime. That's why.
You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow?
Exactly. As you know, these things could have been planted after the murder.
But surely, you don't suspect
Ma,
Maya, do you?
we have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right?
So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes.
No. No, thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives me even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath.
17 years ago when we were little school kids at the same elementary school. Edward found himself in the middle of a murder. I'll start with that big quake that hit the courthouse.
Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day. And all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself.
It's been more than 14 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right?
Think I don't know that? I was there, but it was such a shock. I would have never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright, but there's nothing else I could say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake, and not after the fact you saved me.
Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, you man. So no more of this self-pity, okay?
There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. It felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. Wait, no. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before.
So you went back to the criminal affairs department to look for her file?
Yes, I checked all over the case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare.
So, who is she?
I'm sorry, Wright, but I can't give that information to the member of the general public.
Honey? Why not? It might be a crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case.
The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and the Hazakura Temple. I neither did the case.
No.
That woman was completely unrelated to this murder.
Unrelated?
Yes, I could say that with a complete confidence.
You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain how the connection between Iris and that woman Edgeworth knew. There's only one person that we could, present at a situation like this. Organ-faced daughter and Iris' twin sister. Are deals in jewels, apparently. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister?
Nani? A twin? You can't be serious.
Bikini told me, but the problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin.
There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked.
Well, I was taken by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think.
A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right?
Dun dun dun. Yes, exactly.
Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please.
It was my first ever court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died.
You're talking about Terry Fowles, right?
You know about that case?
You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago.
And yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Fowles conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago.
And then Dahlia threw off on purpose.
They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking.
It's just like legitimately crazy. Insane, I'd say. Her sister.
Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't really blood related, obviously, because now we figured out it was the twin sister. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife.
Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Fowles died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out?
Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case.
Why are you so sure about that?
It's very simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead.